Hello, beautiful souls. Welcome. Namaste. Welcome to Tuesday Live Readings. So today, big energy we're going to focus on today. And I want to dive right into the reading for the collective because I'm actually really curious about this lunar occultation that is happening tomorrow and how we can work with this energy to support what is ever going on. And I'm going to choose relationship today, and I'll tell you why that I want to work with relationship. So let's go to the description box below, and I'm going to share with you just some of my reflections. But before I do that, my name is Sadhana. For those of you that are new here, welcome. It's lovely to have you. This is a really supportive group, great chat. And know that you can post your question at any time. And depending on when it is that you come into the chat, I may or may not get to your reading, but I will endeavor to do that. Okay, so let's go have a look down at the below the video, just getting myself focused here. I am what do I want to say? Passionate, amateur, hobby astrologist. I guess that's what I want to call myself. I have been following Vedic astrology for some time. Many of you know my connections with yoga and India and all of that. And so it's very interesting for me to observe the correspondences between Vedic and Western astrology. And I have some things to share with you today that I think will help to expand your awareness around the power of this particular conjunction. Okay. Let's just go to that quote from Ananda Astrology. So this is a lovely Carrie Field. She is a great astrologer. Every new moon and full moon, she posts on YouTube and does a tarot reading with the Thoth Tarot, reading it intuitively. And she's a lovely soul, and I've learned a lot from her over the past few years. There are other Vedic astrologers I follow as well too, but she seems to be the one that, I don't know, I really like her blog posts. According to Vedic astrology, the full moon is in the area of the sky called Rohini Nakshatra, a red star that represents the red eye of Taurus, the bull. It's said that Rohini is the moon's favorite astral residence, and that under its influence, the moon's life-giving power is most potent. This passionate star can ignite powerful desire as well as new life, whether on a literal level or in regards to an artistic project, which could now come to fruition. I want to acknowledge any confusion here. So in sidereal, in Vedic astrology, we are the moon is going to be in a different sign. So the moon will be tomorrow in Taurus, and in Western astrology, it's in Gemini. And I'm going to kind of link both of these together. But what I would like to encourage you to do is to have an open mind as we go about this discussion. So I want to ask how we can use this luminous conjunction in support of powerful dynamic shifts in relationship. And it's the Gemini energy that brings in the aspect of relationship. And as I was focusing on the energy of Rohini and actually visualizing a red third eye, it felt very empowering. And I don't know if you would like to do this right now or not, but I want to invite you to close your eyes and imagine yourself as a bull, as a powerful bull, and feel what it likes to be, feel what it's like to be in that much power in that body. And then bring your awareness to your third eye, to the frontal point of the third eye, your red third eye, and allow the energy at this point in your body, beyond the closed eyes and beyond the closed eyes, to expand in all directions. Being fully aware that you are indeed the bull. What do you see? How do you feel? And I think there's something here with this. First of all, the bull is a very grounded energy. Not only is there an inner strength, but there is a sense of feet on the ground. You know, it's very earthy. This is the fixed earth sign. There's a lot of determination here, and I'm also very intrigued at how this inner strength, and I know this is not a tarot lesson and I'm doing readings, but I want you to understand why it is so important to focus on planetary energies when we're doing tarot readings, because we can create this beautiful landscape to understand what's going on in our lives. And so when we're speaking astrologically, this is the card for the second decan of Sagittarius. This place of tapping into internal strength, internal power. And so what's happening tomorrow, and this will be visible across North America and some places in Europe as well too. If you just Google lunar occultation, I'm sure you'll find the information about when to see this. But what's happening is that the moon, so Mars will come into the halo of the moon, and we will lose sight of Mars for a period of time. And Mars is in its full luminosity now, conjunct the sun. And so there's something very mysterious about how this is all coming together. Now, some of you are following me in my Thoth inspired series. And when we look at the Nine of Wands in the Thoth Tarot, which is our card for this decan, we see this powerful conjunction here between the moon and the sun. And so it's almost as if this divine timing is not to be missed. Okay, so that's why I'm asking the questions that I'm asking here. Great strength deepens understanding. You know what I mean? The stronger we are emotionally, the more we acknowledge our inner strength, the more we're going to understand. And so the cards today, I'm going to put in 3 positions, and I invite you to focus on a significant, complex, emotionally charged relationship in your life. Okay, that's the invitation. The first card will connect us to the water element, to the moon, to the divine feminine energy. What qualities of my divine feminine nature support my strength? The second card will connect to Mars, to the fire, to the masculine. What qualities of my divine masculine nature support my strength? And then the third card will be the illumination. So how can focusing on these 2 energies potentially shift what's going on in said given complex emotionally charged relationship? So I'm asking you to feel the moon, to feel Mars, and to see what this brilliant illumination can offer you. Okay, so that's the invitation. Big ask, I know. All right, so let's do a reading for the collective. Whew. This is big. I was going to get Tarot of the Sheep, and I've had a very, very busy morning. And yeah, I really wanted to get a more provocative deck on the table. I don't tend to have a lot of those out on my table. But you know what? I'm going to go with the deck I was reading with earlier today, if I can find it. It should be here. I may have moved it. Okay. Sorry. Breathe in, breathe out, Sadhana. Sorry. I don't like doing... There it is. It's here. Okay. This is a reading for the collective on the 6th day of December, 2022. Acknowledging all that has been shared and spoken. And also all of which I am unaware and haven't processed yet. And I invite you all to focus on a relationship, a complex relationship, one that feels emotionally charged, with the intention that the frequency of this relationship can change for better or for worse, because staying in this present energy isn't healthy. It could implode or explode, and I don't think that's what you want. As always, we ask these messages be in the highest for the greatest good, and that no harm be done. So be it. Okay. Moon, sun, and illumination. All right. Moon, sun, and illumination. So the darkness that we see, and the Ten of Wands. What is the strength of the divine feminine energy? It is being comfortable. It is being this card always reminds me of a Nine of Wands. Okay, I need to speak in metaphor. What is this? What is your divine feminine strength? And it is being able to navigate the dark. Naturally, your divine feminine self knows how to navigate the dark waters of life, the darkness itself, your shadows, your patterns, your challenges. And so your divine feminine gift doesn't fear the darkness. It knows, it accepts, it honors that that is a part of who you are. The strength of your divine masculine self is every year to shed that rack of antlers, or however often it happens. Your divine masculine self knows how to navigate a forest fire, to honor deep transformation and change. Your divine masculine self knows all about the fire of transformation. And so if you are able to honor your darkness, to be in your darkness, to share it, to speak it, not to hide it, but to dive right into it. And then offer that up in the light. Offer that up to the fire. What can come from this relationship with this level of transparency is beauty, is a deeper connection. It will give such a greater sense of purpose. And I suspect there has been a sense of tremendous separation between the masculine energy in this relationship and the feminine energy in this relationship. And so by fully committing to these powers, we come together so much stronger. And it's because of the fear of the differences. I'm hearing expectations. Expectations have really thwarted this relationship. There has been some shame, I want to say, around your greatness in both qualities. And so now is the time to show up, to share, to honor it so that you can come together and grow together in your relationship, perhaps as a family. Okay? Big message. All right, let me say hello to everybody and then we'll get to the first reading. So Donna and Clevis, hello, lovely people. Lydianne, nice to see you again. Lydianne was in Jonathan's chat earlier. I was reading in Maui, live from Maui earlier today. Joel and Amanda was there as well too. Hello, Amanda. Saskia, Colleen. Yes, exciting and furious. Yes, great adjectives for that. Hello, I am Fine Pinky Lee. We will get to your question. Who else is here? Welcome, welcome. Taurus is in your midheaven. Good. I'm glad you can find connection with this. Isn't that interesting? Sagittarius is my rising sign as well, too. My sun is in Leo and my rising sign is Sagittarius. So I have a very interesting relationship with my fire. And actually, as an element, it's been the most challenging of elements to learn to navigate. Yeah. All right. Did I say hi? I think I said, oh, Sharon's here. Welcome to Sharon, Trio of Witches. Hello. Okay. And Joseph, namaste, Joseph. Welcome to you as well, too. And Joan, hello. And Dee's moon is in Taurus. Okay. I have not had a chance to thank you for my reading. It was helpful and I'm still digesting. Okay. You know, and it's funny because I think it was Lydianne, Lily Valley asked earlier today or made a comment about doing readings all day and something like that. And I was thinking, how much energy I derive from doing this and how this really fills me up. Um, but I also need to be mindful of um, the sense of overdoing it as well too. And I try to monitor that. And I think I know it's frustrating for some of you because I talk and I just don't go reading, but it's part of my the way I need to be in order to do this. Okay. Shuffle, shuffle, shuffle. And I will go to the YouTube chat so I can keep an eye on Donna, the lovely Donna moderator. Okay. Pinky Lee is up first with a question. Bob, I did see that. I should have started when I saw it. It was about an absent person. Okay. Why? Pinky Lee, could you please explain? Is this are you speaking in metaphor or is this, are they at war? Please let me know. I think it's important that I understand the whole picture here, the full picture. Okay. Okay. I am assuming that they're just not in contact with you, that's what you mean. Okay. So let's support Pinky Lee. And isn't this interesting? Because my focus today is on challenging relationship. And there is a person in Pinky Lee's sphere that has chosen to be absent. So Pinky Lee, I wonder if this spread would be Hello. Oh my goodness gracious. Hopefully we are back and you can all hear me. I think what I'm going to do is just to save time, I'm just going to hold up cards instead of reconnecting the other camera. All right. We have another winter storm that is approaching. This is a reading for Pinky Lee on the 6th day of December 2022. And I just need to go back and see if I got some more information from Pinky Lee. No war, off and on contact. Okay. This is one of the dangers of doing live readings, is that when people are speaking in metaphor, I need to make sure that it is indeed metaphor. Okay. This feels very significant. Okay. So the first card is the 5 of Cups. So you're asking why? Why? I think the answer why is that something else is growing, something else is blooming. I'd actually like to just take a second to connect the other camera. It's a lot easier for me than holding cards up in the sky. What I'm intuiting here, Pinky Lee, is that Spirit has other things for you in mind, other creative endeavors for you. And part of this process, while it might be a little painful, is going to serve you. It's going to be in greater service to you. Okay. All right. There we go. Hopefully that works. I'm just going to double check all is well. Okay. So we have 5 of Cups, Empress, and 6. Why is my Aquarius friend missing in action? Your Aquarius friend is missing in action because other things are on the back burner for you. Other things are in development. So when I look at that 5 of Cups energy and those 2 beautiful cups in the background and what is growing and blooming there, perhaps there is another relationship at this time that requires your energy and requires your focus. It may very well be with a child or with someone who you comfort and mother and nurture. There is a giving component to this as well too, and the Empress is facing towards the 6 of Pentacles, earth. I think it's a relationship that perhaps has come to a natural close. You know, there is, I was talking earlier about the greatness that was within you, and perhaps this relationship doesn't serve your greatness. So that's why. That's why. Yeah. She's choosing harmony, right? She's choosing the harmony. She's choosing connection instead of, she's moved beyond the sorrow. Yeah. Okay. All right. So, Colleen, I'm just going to go to your question about your son. If I can find it. Okay, here we go. My son is applying to colleges. How can I best support him and our relationship in the process? It's hard to not be in control. And yeah, I think this is a great spread to focus on this. Mhm. Okay. Let's hold love, light around Colleen. Finding strength in your feminine energy, finding strength in your divine masculine energy. And by focusing on these aspects of strength, what light can be shed on the relationship with your son? Okay, so we have 7 of Cups. So we have water and fire and water. Interesting. Okay, 7 of Cups energy. I have a sense here that you have imaginative. Is that the right word? Your ability to dream, your ability to visualize, imagine, see great, let's stick with the theme, see greatness in his future. You have no problem finding those dreams and those visions. It comes second nature to you. And it's almost as if in this picture, I see the dreams kind of building and building and rising. And again, we have a flower growing out of the vision. It is in the clouds. So it could also, this represents whether this is a psychic power or your imagination that comes during the daylight hours or in dreams at night. This is a gift that you have. And ultimately, if you look at this card, the Page of Cups, as your son, probably from the time he was a child, he was also very sensitive and intuitive in this way. But it's quite likely that this got dummied down, blocked out. He resisted these qualities through his choices, whatever he was been doing for the last 17 years. And so you have a gift of sharing that with him. So I want to encourage you to share the dreams and share the visions. However, it needs to be balanced. So your greatest strength, your greatest masculine strength is one of support and structure and control and laying down a foundation of drive, a foundation of creativity, a warm home, a warm place. And this card, I can't not see the playfulness of these 2 foxes on what looks like a trampoline to me. If animals were to create a trampoline, this is what it would look like. And so if you can bring together your power of imagination with it's almost as if you have the gift to bring your dream into, I think you need, okay, imagine that square as a painting. the frame for a painting. Think wands, creativity. You have all of these great dreams, and now you actually need to create them so they become, so your son can visualize them. Okay, I don't know where I'm going with this. It's like it needs to come out of the clouds and onto the paper, or out of the nighttime dreams and into a letter. It needs to have a concrete space. It can't just be floating away. Okay. I don't know what faculty he is applying for. And if he were to go into the arts of any kind, fine arts, theology, though these kinds of faculties, it's going to nurture these gifts that he has had since he was a child. All right, now computer science is a very interesting crossover because we have this conversation of, well, is mathematics right brain or left brain? It has this, it's almost like I see computer science as the kind of at the corpus callosum, it's kind of at the great divide of right brain and left brain. Perhaps your role in this is to encourage his imagination to, there's a basic 4-year bachelor's degree that is required before one can specialize and go off in different things. So encouraging him, perhaps there's been a program he's been working on through high school. Maybe there has been something that he has done with his online gaming friends, or something something that is, I'll tell you a story. It was Samantha's skating coach. Her boys were totally into computer science, and I believe they both finished high school, and one of them started a college degree. But they were so hardwired for this kind of tech development that they both dropped out of university and developed their own company. And I'm sorry, I can't remember what it is they developed, but you would have heard about it. And they became multimillionaires in their 20s. And so I feel as if your role is to help balance to not lose faith and hope in the wildness of his imagination, to let him know that these dreams really are possible. Because this sort of a brain is really special. It's really special. Okay. You're welcome. You're welcome. All right. Let's go to Clevis. And yes, we do have snow here. It is very wintry. Okay, I need to go back and find your question, Clevis. I know it was early on. Okay, so there's that one. There we go. And I don't know if there is more with that, Clevis. I will just scroll on down. If you want to expand anything on that, just let me know and I will shuffle. So let's hold support for Clevis. I am so curious about how this is all going to play out. I just, so Venus is in Sagittarius still, right? So even though the degrees are not the same, Venus would be in opposition to Mars in Gemini as well, too. And has been. I mean, it has been this way for a few weeks. But with the feminine energy of the moon, it's almost like the moon is being tattooed on Mars's face. And Mars must pay attention to the lunar energy. It's fun, isn't it? All right. This is a reading for Clevis on the 6th day of December 2022. Moon Mars illumination. We have another page. This is the page of air. In this deck, all of the pages are connected to the heart. Whether you look at that as the heart chakra, let's just call it the heart. There's a little heart on top of all of the pages. And to me, this takes me to the innocence of childhood, the sweetness, the gentleness, the way that children have a way of feeling and touching others. This is the page of air. How can the strength of your divine feminine self come through at this time? Your curious little girl, the you as a little girl who was always asking why, and driving people crazy. Perhaps there's some compassion here, or there's an energy to this youthful exuberance that as a mature woman you can find some compassion with. Yes. So I'm just looking at Donna's comment about the fact that Mars is retrograde. So slowing down, right? So Mars isn't, I feel like there's not depleted, but it doesn't have its full, it's vulnerable. I feel like Mars is a little bit vulnerable. Three of Cups. Ooh. So this is a Sag card. This is eight of fire. All right. Your divine masculine self would benefit from tapping into a creative spirit, the power of connection, So what I'm hearing is that this child, who probably is a mirror for yourself, so this colleague who probably is shining something back to you that is ringing all too clear. And this child felt alone. This child probably didn't have friends, close friends, felt isolated somewhat. And so your strong, active, the strength of your strong, active self shows support. It shows connection. It brings people together. Perhaps one of your roles is building a team where this coworker can connect with like-minded people. There's a focus, and there's a very specific focus that is required here. So that you're not distracted from where's my Eight of Wands? What is this? What is this? Mercury and Sagittarius. Mercury and Sagittarius. That's where the messenger comes in. Okay, here's another thought. Your coworker isn't able to articulate their ideas. They either have communication problems, or they can't put words to the speed, how fast their brain operates. So it's almost as if you are a translator for them. And these connections that you create, these opportunities of connections that you create for this person, very well may be for the first time in their life, they find they feel heard. They feel heard. Now, I want to build deeper connections with this card. And the whole idea of the importance of the translation, the focus of the messages. So there has been an ineffectualness to date. And perhaps your role is to put an end to that. You step in, you take charge. This to orchestrate what to date has not been able to be created. Bye, Lily Valley, Lydiane. Ah, we may be too much alike. I want to just offer something here. This is the Crowley Eight of Wands. And I want you to, just for a moment, contemplate the idea of how this card is connected to temperance. And to really honor this temperance connection. And there's something about the rainbow that is really speaking to me because of the right. Rainbows are created with rain and sun. And we don't see the brilliance of the rainbow if the rain and the sun come together. You are the illumination for their shadow. And it's through the connection of the two of you that we get the spark. I want to encourage you to not lose hope with this. When I'm looking at this Three of Cups card, I'm hearing compassion, connection. Maybe it's a matter of inviting this coworker out for a meal, sharing a coffee, a glass of wine, a beer, something. And I think too that the number 3 is significant. There are other people that need to come into this conversation to support the relationship. I want to say don't abandon this relationship. Your focus on this relationship is very important. Mhm. Clevis, go back to the initial visualization. Find the red star in your third eye. Know that you have the strength to navigate this, the experience to navigate this. And I feel this deep, deep in your belly as well, too. So honor this process, okay? This is an important process for you. And thank you, Dee, for your beautiful words. Whew, okay. We are here in support of you. Thanks, Colleen. Thank you. All right. Okay. So let me share with you a little bit about some stuff that's going on, just so you feel oriented. So Clevis was actually part of last year's group. They started in March, I believe, for Tarot Foundations. And, a lot of people ask me, like, how do you do this? How do you read like this? Building connections and stepping away from finding the confidence to build these connections in and allowing yourself to work as a channel. And I think channeling is it's an important part of this process, to allow yourself to be an open vessel for receiving messages. You don't need to identify as psychic or anything like that to read the tarot. I think you start through deep study of the tarot, but the more you touch these magical objects, the more you are moved by them. It's a bit like, going into a yoga class, and you go in with the intention of building strength or building flexibility. You have no idea how it's going to awaken your level of spirituality. You have no idea where it's going to transport you to, but it does. Another example is through, and I don't know what you call this. Um, and there's been lots of scientific studies about this as well too. You put sacred objects or sacred mandalas in your space. And you don't need to study the mandalas. You don't need to know what they are. You don't need to know about their inner workings. It's almost as if these mandalas take on an energy of their own. And they have this, they're like portals. They're like portals to the divine. And it's like in the background, they pulse and they influence and they affect you spiritually. And I don't, even if you don't meditate on them, it's almost as if they have an influence around you. And so when you are, by D, when you are learning the tarot, I think this is happening subliminally anyway. It's kind of beautiful. And so I've been developing this 22-week course for some time, and we've had some great groups of people, some small groups, some bigger groups, experienced readers, brand new beginner readers. There's been all kinds of combinations of people in classes, and it's been absolutely brilliant. And there's a group of people that have asked that I go on and I teach a level 2. And so I have recently designed the curriculum for the level 2 program. And I know some people didn't want to take my beginners class because they felt they'd been reading for years and years. And so know that you don't have to have taken Tarot Foundations 1 to register for Tarot Foundations 2. And it's a long class. It's a long class. I'm building it. I attached 36 weeks to it because I feel that I can't do what I want to do any justice if I offer it in short periods of time. Yeah, I really love this work. So if you're interested in working with me, you need to go to my website and you can check out these classes. Tarot Foundations 1. Yes, Joseph, I just had that up. Not Joseph, Joel. Here. This is Tarot Foundations 1, and it starts February 21st. Yeah. Which is not a great time for you. Hi there, Marilyn. Yeah, yes, as portals too. Yeah. So what else is happening? I'm running a retreat. So many of you don't know I teach Reiki. I'm a Reiki master, and I'm going to be offering this retreat at a residence, a beautiful residence in the forest here. And it's a Reiki training. We're going to be doing restorative yoga, new moon, full moon, full moon practices. And we will, yeah, I'm so excited about this. It's the first time in years that I've actually held a retreat. And I have some people who have booked. So people have booked their flights, and it's going to be small, just a group of 11 plus me. And I'm really hoping that it will fill to capacity because I'm very passionate about this. And you can get more information about all of this on my website. Yeah. Yeah. And so if you're interested in working with me individually, there's lots of ways to connect. Yeah. I teach yoga Monday nights on Zoom. I have a small group. Actually, it's dwindled down. So Monday nights on Zoom, I teach a restorative yoga, and that's drop in. It's a $10 drop in if you're interested. Yeah. So lovely connecting with you today, and I want to wish you a brilliant week ahead. And I will see some of you tomorrow. Namaste. Thank you. Thank you, Donna.